Hi everyone, this is Yana, and here I have supplies from the Simon Says Stamp card kit for July 2014. So I'm planning on making a card or two, and I've already started thinking on a design of my card, and I decided I wanted to create sort of like a striped card and use this little typewriter sticker as a focal point. So I'm going to try to combine these two sheets of paper. I'm going to trim those and make little strips of paper, and I'll try to put this sticker on top and maybe embellish my card with a few more things along the way. So let's get started. So I'm using my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut a few strips that are about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch or 7/8 of an inch. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to cut a few strips out of both pieces of paper. Actually, I want to cut this paper a bit smaller, maybe just like 2 times smaller than this or 3 times smaller, I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, I think this looks a little bit better. So a couple more strips. Okay, and I think I need to add 1 or 2 more strips out of this paper. Okay, now I'm going to arrange these strips of paper onto some cardstock and see how that looks. So here I have a piece of cardstock, and I've added some double-sided adhesive to the front of it, and this piece is cut to about 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to start adhering those stripes to my cardstock. So I'm going to start with the middle one here, because obviously this is just a little bit too big than 5 1/4, and I want to make sure I have everything centered. So I'm using the grid of my cutting mat to align my piece of cardstock, and I'm going to start removing the protective sheet from the double-sided tape, and I'm going to start placing these stripes onto my cardstock. And I'm going to leave this protective sheet for now, just because I want to make sure I'm able to hold this paper down. Now, because this paper has some writing on it, I want to make sure it's all facing in one direction so that I don't have one facing up and the other facing down. Okay, so now that all of my stripes are adhered, I'm going to remove this protective piece and adhere the rest. And I'm just going to use my scissors and trim this extra paper here and on the ends here as well. So here I have my background, and I ran it through my sewing machine, but I didn't use any thread. So I only have like these stitched holes. So I don't have any stitching there, just the holes. And I also made a card base, and I used this dark blue cardstock that was in the kit from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to place this on top of that card base. Now, as I said before, I wanted to use this large typewriter sticker. It's a puffy sticker from Pink Paisley, and I wanted to place it in the middle here. Now, I'm still not sure if I want it here in the center, or maybe I can bring it down to the bottom right hand corner. So I'm going to experiment a bit and see which placement I like best. Okay, so I made up my mind, and I want to place the sticker down at the bottom here. But in order to make it a little bit more visible and maybe stand out from the background, I decided I needed to add something extra to the background, you know, like blend a couple of things in the background. So I'm going to be using the stamp set that came in with the kit, and I'll be stamping a couple of different envelopes from this set. So I've picked a few pattern papers, also from the Simon Says Stamp Kit, and I will be stamping the envelopes, and I will cut them out and place them on my background here. And I think I'll stamp all of these envelopes on each pattern paper, and then I'll cut them out and see which ones work best with my design. Well, it's not going to be very visible here, but I'm still going to do my best. Oh yeah, it looks quite nice here. Okay, now I'll use my Tim Holtz scissors, and I will cut all of these out without any border around them. So here are all of my envelopes already cut out, and I especially like those dark ones. You know, they look really nice. And I tried to stack them behind this typewriter, so it creates sort of like a busy, sort of like a pen pal kind of card, you know. I'm busy typing letters to you, that sort of thing. So, but before I adhere all of that to my background, I wanted to add this little heart. I wanted to stamp this little heart in red onto a few of the envelopes. You know, like they have it here on the sticker sheet. You know, there's an envelope and then there's this little heart. I'm not going to be stamping it directly onto the fold. I want to stamp it slightly above the fold and, you know, make it look just, you know, a bit more cuter than it already does. So let's do that. And I'm going to be using this lipstick red premium dye ink from Simon Says Stamp. It also came in the kit. I just need to open it up. Okay, so let's grab, well actually let's do a test stamping first. See how it actually looks, you know, because you never know. It might look good in your head and then when you stamp it, it looks terrible. Well, actually no, this looks really nice and I do like the way it looks. So I'm going to add a couple of these hearts to my envelopes. Okay. So now all of this is messed up, but it's okay. I'm going to reposition and re-adhere everything the way I want and the way I like. So let's get started on that. And I'm not pressing my typewriter all the way down because I'm still stacking and layering these envelopes. So I don't really know where exactly, if there's going to be enough adhesive to hold all of that stuff. You know, maybe I'll have to lift it up later and add some more adhesive to the back of the typewriter. Okay, so I have all of my envelopes adhered, and I did cheat a little bit. I went back to my recording and I checked the way I had them originally, and I kind of followed that pattern and rearranged my envelopes a bit. But you can use your phone and snap a photo of how you have the elements placed so that you can, you know, go back and place them exactly how you want. I did show that tip. I did share that tip in my previous Simon Says Stamp video. So now what I want to do is I want to add a little sticker here to the top. So I want to add this like sending my love sticker to the top. Yeah, and maybe I'll add it after I have this adhered to my background so that it can kind of touch both the background and the card base, you know, something like that. I'm not quite sure. And another thing that I wanted to do is I want to stamp something on this puffy sticker. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I will be able to stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test stamping on the back of one of those puffy stickers. You know, the back side, like the opposite side, should be exactly the same as the front. At least that's what my logic tells me. So I'm going to do a test stamping there and check if, you know, if that works. So let's just grab this little envelope here. Okay. No, it doesn't work. Good thing I tested. Okay, so in that case, I'll have to add another sentiment to my card. Maybe I can use one of these strips that I have left from making my background, and I can stamp something from this set and then cut it out and place it on top. So I think this is what I'm actually going to do. Okay, I just need to put this back. Okay, grab another sentiment. Lots of love. Okay. Okay, and now I need to trim it into a little banner. And I can just have it placed like this on top of my typewriter. Okay, now because it says lots of love, and I did use a piece of double-sided tape to adhere this to my puffy sticker, I think I need to add a couple more stamped hearts. So there are 2 hearts in this set, and I'm going to use both of them just to scatter a few hearts around, around my card. So I'm using both the larger and the smaller heart stamp. And I'm simply stamping a few hearts here and there to create kind of like a visual triangle. I have a group of hearts here, a heart here, and then a little heart here, and kind of draws the eye towards my typewriter. Now I'm going to use some double-sided adhesive to adhere, some foam double-sided adhesive to adhere my card front to my card base. And the one that I'm using is from Imagines. It's their colored adhesive in black. Some other companies also have colored adhesive, so I think you might be able to find it in or at Scrapbook Adhesives or someone else, I'm not quite sure. But the reason I'm using this black adhesive for this card is because my card base is really dark and I don't want it to show through very much, so I decided to stick with this dark adhesive instead. Okay, so I adhered my background to my card base, and I'm just going to add this little puffy sticker, Sending My Love, on top. Just like I said before, I wanted to slightly hang off from my background, but maybe not as much, just a teeny tiny bit less. Okay, so something like that. I think it looks really cute. And there are also these like red hearts, red stars, twinkle stars in the Simon Says Stamp July kit. So I think I want to add 1 or 2 to my card as well. Maybe, you know, like on top of one of the hearts. Okay, so I think this is it. I'm really happy the way this card turned out. Although at one point in the middle I didn't like this background, but you know, then I kind of worked around it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're looking for the supplies that I used to create it, be sure to visit Simon Says Stamp. It's their July 2014 card kit. Thank you, and bye-bye!